Yeah? Okay. So, the book House of Leaves is about this guy Navidson who moves into his house and he discovers that the inside is larger than the outside. And he makes this documentary about it, the Navidson Record. But the idea wasn't originally to make a movie about the house. It was supposed to be him just like moving into his house, you know, his normal American family. But then all this shit starts happening and movie ends up being about what goes on. So then there's Zampano, who writes this manuscript, and it just completely drives him insane about the Navidson Record. And he cites all these sources of like people who have written on it and criticized it, and like it supposedly had this huge impact on society. But then after Zampano dies, Johnny finds the manuscript and starts reading it and editing it. And one of the first things he tells us is that the movie doesn't exist. You know, like it supposedly had this ridiculous effect on society. None of it exists. None of the people who wrote on it exist. Their works don't exist, assumably. And but he becomes obsessed with the manuscript, and he edits it and publishes it, and that's supposedly the book that we have. So reading it, my original idea was to recreate the 5.5 minute hallway, which is a part of Navidson's film. And you know, I saw it as a challenge. You know, it actually says in the book, like it's something that like a film school graduate like should be able to accomplish. You know, it's not that complicated. It's an illusion. It's nothing special. And so I thought, you know, I ought to be able to do that. And so my original idea was to recreate that and then expand on it and do a reaction to the book. And the project proposal on the blog, but then during class and walking home from class, I thought I began to expand on that idea. I had almost what you would call an epiphany, and I want to be the next level of the narrative. I want to be the next Zampano, the next Johnny, and I want to have the video, my final project, be as much about a reaction to the book as about me making the video. So just like Johnny goes off onto his tangents about his personal life with lewd and all that, but it's all still relevant, I wanted to document my whole process of making the video. I want to just keep all my notes and include the notes in the actual video and videotape myself making the video and just completely cover everything. And then I'm supposed to have a written aspect to my to accompany my video, and I'm actually going to hand in all my notes, everything that I used, and hopefully by that time it will have amassed itself into almost a manuscript. My goal is to hand it in a box rather than in a stack. And in class I had all these images come to me that I would show myself around the apartment here, working on it and you know, scattering notes and everything around, and maybe even simulating the sort of obsession and introversion that overcame Zampano and Johnny. Who knows, I may even succumb to it myself. And start to use various filmic tricks to create different levels of reality and other, like I had an image that to explain the nature of video, because video is my medium just like words were Johnny and Zampano's medium and film was Navidson's medium, and to integrate the nature of video into the actual video project and to somehow represent that visually and have it interweave. In discussing the Minotaur today, we were talking about the issues of race and repression, and it occurred to me that today's society, our minotaur is the Iraq War and our notions of otherness in the Middle East, and how just like we subjugated other races in American colonization and in slavery, that we only focus on the Americans in Iraq when we are almost completely ignoring the Iraqis in Iraq. And maybe I would do something with that. I was thinking of using ideas of Echo to take audio clips from stock footage and news footage and use the different syllables and echo the different syllables throughout the video until towards the end. And all these we'd be dealing with Iraq and U.S. foreign policy, and to take selective syllables from each of these audio clips and to narrow down on those as the video goes along until I have the 3 syllables left that make up Minotaur. Still working on that. I don't know if I'm going to include that, whether I want to branch off from the personal issue of actually making the video, but yeah, that's my new project proposal, my revision. I think I'm going to take this video and post it on YouTube, and then post the YouTube video to the blog as my actual revised project proposal for Thursday. And if I feel up to it, which I probably won't, I may, as a written aspect, write out what I'm actually saying here, but it seems it's long and complicated, and I probably won't.